Is your inner critical voice getting in the way of you overcoming burnout, of tackling burnout, of changing your life? I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because actually most of us have quite an active, harsh inner critical voice, and it's a little bit more complicated to tackle than most people realize. So I wanted to give you this video, two things you need to do before you try to tackle your inner critic. So the first is to recognize and accept that your inner critical voice is actually there for a reason. So the resistance that you feel to tackling your inner critic, the bit that makes you go, oh no, I don't even want to think about it, is strongly related to the fact that you are going to hold on to it tightly because it is there for a reason. And the reason is that your inner critic is your subconscious mind trying to keep you safe and socially acceptable. And nobody wants to feel unsafe or not socially acceptable. However much of a rebel we are, we still don't want to be completely cast out by the tribe, by other people. And your inner critic is working away on the inside, trying to keep you safe and acceptable. And this is a crucial understanding before you even begin to work on your inner critic, that it is there for a reason. Now, the second important bit of pre-work you need to do before working on your inner critic is to also recognize that you're going to hold on to it strongly, and it does have this purpose, but that it actually is harming you. Now, I say that because if you're anything like me, you might have some really strong beliefs about actually, yeah, I don't want to let go of my inner critic because it's important for my high standards. It's important for me to get out of bed in the morning. And if I got rid of it, I'm not going to get anything done. Most people keep these beliefs quite subconscious, but you might notice that when somebody says, we're going to change your inner critic, there's a little bit of you that goes, yes, but I don't want to. Have you noticed that? So accept that it's there, accept that you're going to want to cling tightly to it. But what we need to notice is that it is problematic. And I'm going to give you an example. If you are trying to, this January, you decide to start to eat healthily because you want to get fitter, you want to have a better year of health going forward. Maybe that would be a New Year's resolution that you might make. And a couple of weeks into January, it's somebody's birthday, there's chocolate gatto, you end up halfway through a huge piece of chocolate cake, and then you remember your goals. If the inner critic kicks in, how motivated do you feel in that moment? Just notice. And the inner critical voice kicks in and says, oh, you're a loser, I told you wouldn't get this done, you never sort these things out, you're always unhealthy, you're never going to be your desired physique or whatever it is that your goals are. What happens is you feel deflated. You feel terrible. And that deflation acts as a demotivator. You're more likely to eat pizza that evening or have more cake or have a glass of wine to make yourself feel better. So even though we know that the inner critic's there for a reason and you're going to cling tightly to it for that reason, recognize that it's just kind of flailing around making a mess of things, making you less motivated rather than more. When you've understood those two aspects of the inner critic, then you're ready to make some changes. But trying to jump into getting rid of your inner critic will have failed for you before, and it will fail again if you're not clear on these two bits of pre-work that you need to do. Now, if you'd like to know more, if you'd like to find out, okay, I understand that now, what can I do? Go to the comments below where I share a link to how to work with me, because I can really help you with this, and it's transformative. When you understand how to manage your inner critic better, it makes all the difference. I look forward to seeing you soon.